Hey y'all, so Spuot. I'm back for episode 2, and today I got a good one for you. First, we're going to start off with some Munchie food. I'm going to just show off a new dish that I really enjoy myself. Then I'm going to go and show off a little bit of my hunting when I'm out and about. It's not going to be too much, but I do want to show off a little bit. That's going to lead into my June pickups. My June pickups are actually pretty hefty this month. Got at least 25 games to show off. But I'm going to do them a little quicker than last video. Next, I have my buddy Lewis. He's going to be showing off some of the music he's been doing. He does a lot of instrumental stuff. Honestly, it blows my mind. I really want to show that off to you guys. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to be talking about how you can enter yourself into that. It's nothing too big, but I think some of you will appreciate it. That's going to be it for the rundown. Let's go ahead and get started. This is pretty cool. I'm definitely getting this. Wife took off on me, but still checking out a bunch of stuff. Got this little stack here. Alright, well let's go ahead and start off with an NES title. I picked up this game called Dragon Warrior. I've never actually played it, but I don't know, it just looked really cool, and I mean I like dragons, so I picked it up. I came across something that I thought was like really cool. I've never actually seen one of these for the Sega Genesis, so I had to pick it up. I got a Game Genie. Like this thing just, I remember having one for, I want to say it was a Super Nintendo? I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember what system I had one for, but these things were awesome, and it'll be pretty cool just to mess around, you know. Next, I actually picked up two games that I don't have the console for, or I should say handheld, but I'll eventually pick one up. But I had to get them because I'm in a mood of collecting all the games for this system, franchise for some reason, and that's Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2 for Game Gear. Next is a game I picked up from the Nintendo 64. Now this is another system that I need to get. I had a Nintendo 64, but the one I had broke, and then the next one I sold years ago, and I'm definitely kicking myself in the ass for that. I picked up Micro Machines 64 Turbo. It's a really fun game. I'm not big into racers and stuff like that, but it's got more of a nostalgia feel for me because I used to play the old one for the NES a lot with my little brother. Alright, next I got two PlayStation 1 games. One of them, it's kind of funny, in the last video I mentioned that I would pick this one up, and I did. I got Spuot Goes to Hollywood for the PlayStation. This next game, I ended up, regretfully, I let a buddy of mine borrow it, and I never got it back. So when I saw this, I had to pick it up. It's not in the original case, it's Final Fantasy IX, but the cool thing about it, it came in this Blu-ray case that actually has a nice little slot for each disc. And each disc is in perfect condition, so I can't complain too much. Alright, the next system I got for, it's the biggest stack we got. Blood Rain 2, Burnout 3, Full Metal Alchemist 2, Curse of the Crimson Elixir, Mortal Kombat Daily Alliance, another one, like I said, I'm trying to collect all the Mortal Kombat games at the moment, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, the thing that really upset me about, I went to buy the second one as well, but they opened up the case and there was no game. And I asked them if I could just have the case. They tried to charge me $8 for it, so I was like, nope, that's cool, I'll just wait till I can find the actual game. We got Ultimate Spider-Man. Love this game because you can actually play as Venom. X-Men New Dimensions. Now, I've never actually played this game. It was a game that my wife freaked out when she saw it, so we had to pick it up. I have one lonely GameCube title, and that is Soul Calibur 2. Had to pick it up because Link's in it. I mean, why would you even be anybody else but Link? Picked up one Xbox 360 title, and that's because I had a lot of fun with this game, and it was only $3, so I picked it up. It was Max Payne 3. I picked up a couple Wii titles. I got Geometry War Galaxies. Now, these next two games I didn't have cases for, but I put my own cases on them. Link's Crossbow Training, and Trauma Center, Second Opinion. And I also picked up Trauma Center, New Blood. I think the Trauma Center games are really cool. Next up, I got a couple PS4 games. The first game I picked up, now I've never played any of these games, so I decided that why not go ahead and pick up Dark Souls 3. It was only $20, so I had to get it. I picked up Dissidia Final Fantasy, and slightly disappointed in it. I picked it up because I was really obsessed with Dissidia and Duodecim on the PSP. It's just not for me. I heard a lot of amazing things about this next game, so I had to pick it up, and it's the complete edition, and it was only $20. Horizon Zero Dawn. I heard really good things about it, so I'm excited to check this one out. And then my wife, another game she freaked out over, so we had to get it, was Ratchet & Clank for the PS4. Another one, I've never really played the Ratchet & Clank games, but I figured I'd go ahead and jump into it, play this one, or just watch my wife play. The last physical game I picked up for this month was Mega Man Legacy Collections 1 and 2. I'm having a ridiculous amount of fun with it. Now, a couple of the games I didn't play on here, I never played Mega Man 9 and 10. I still haven't gotten around to them yet because I am hooked on 8 right now. That's my favorite Mega Man. But, I mean, if you don't have this, come on, what are you doing? What you doing with your life? So, this month we actually picked up 2 consoles. Now, one of them we picked up from a store. We ended up getting a PlayStation 2. I mean, it was perfect. I mean, we picked up all those games, so we needed something to play on it. And the other console I actually bought from a friend at work. She has been holding on to this console for a long time, and I remember she had it, so I asked if she wanted to sell it, so I ended up buying her Nintendo Wii, which is really awesome because I got rid of mine a long time ago whenever I got the Wii U, thinking I would never need it again, and yep, I was mistaken, but now I got this one, and the fact that it's red looks really cool. Matches our Game Boy and 2DS. Now, okay, my wife will say that this thing is red. I mean, it's pink, but looks pretty red to me. Oh. Now, there's another thing my wife and I do like to collect. We like to pick up board games, and 2 of them that we got this month was a Deadpool Monopoly, and when I saw this, I just had to get this as a Fallout operation. Alright, y'all, this is going to be all my pickups for the month of June. But before we move on to the Artist Spotlight segment of my show, I really wanted to go and just give a couple of little shout outs here right now. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Lewis, which we're going to be interviewing soon. He's got some really good stuff, and I just want to give him a little attention there. Also want to give a shout out to my buddies Vivisector. They were in the last episode. My buddy Bo, David, Dan, Alex, and Keith. You guys are all doing a really good job, and keep it up. I'll be there at the show Friday filming the whole thing, so that's going to be a nice little special for you guys. And my final shout out, it's going to be pretty big. These guys at Metalomania, Chris and Kelly, they're really awesome. You should check them out. They got a Facebook group you can join. There's a website you can watch every Wednesday night. They do a live show. It's all about metal, and it's amazing. But they gave me a huge shout out on their show, and I felt like it made me so happy, and it just like I couldn't stop smiling the whole time I was watching it. And he sent me the videos, and I've watched it over and over again. When I start to feel a little upset or something, I watch it, and it makes me feel better. So I figured I'd go ahead and share that clip with you guys, and I think y'all like it. If y'all do, just go ahead and give all these people some love, man. They all deserve it.
We are going to talk about Mr. Spuot though here in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You know, he actually he ties into Vivisector and has got his own show that we're going to tell you all how to follow and watch, and it's cool, and I dig it, and I checked it out myself.
Okay.
So it's endorsed by the Crypt, which is, you know, okay. I'm a fat dummy, but I know entertainment, goddammit. You know, I don't know much, but I know entertainment. This is your YouTube tip from the Crypt to check out.
Okay.
It is that it's Sir Spuot show. That's Sir Spuot show, and I'll tell you, I was turned on to the Sir Spuot show by our buddies Vivisector made an appearance. Our buddy, and specifically David Gravitron Lee on Facebook. If you're looking for him, he will friend you, and he's a good dude, and they're good fucking dudes. I love this band. You know their family does. But Dave appeared on the Sir Spuot show. So, of course, I had to check it out because I love those motherfuckers.
Right.
And lo and behold, when asked about a shout-out, you know who gave some love to? Metalomania.
Aww.
Metalomania. Because those motherfuckers are family to us. But in doing so, I did fucking come across the thing that I think is cool, and that is the Sir Spuot show, man. I endorse it. I think you guys should check it out. It's a fucking YouTube show from Covington, Louisiana. And dude covers video games, he covers cooking, he covers music, he covers fucking life, he follows local shows over there. I dig it, man. I'm telling you, it's entertaining shit. I dig it.
All right.
I dig it.
Nice.
I also want to give a huge shout out to my wife, Rebecca, for baking that delicious baked macaroni. I'm not even a fan of macaroni, but she made me love that stuff. So thank you, honey. I love you. Alright, so today I'm going to be interviewing an old buddy of mine named Lewis. I met him back in about 2007, 2008. And this guy was already shredding on the guitar back then. So I really wanted to kind of show off some of his music, and
I know there's a good bit of y'all that are gonna really dig what he does, so we're gonna go ahead and start it off. Thanks for being here, man. And I figured I'd go ahead and start off with this one. How long have you been playing, and what really made you want to become a musician?
Hey man, thanks for having me on here. I've been playing guitar for roughly about 12 years. Got my first guitar when I was much younger though, but never really, played much, or I just kind of messed around on it. And then when I was about 16 or 17 is when I started taking it really serious and practicing quite a bit. For me, I don't have like this big cathartic reason why I play. So I'm not really sure what made me want to become a musician, but I just remember being a kid thinking guitars just looked cool and I wanted to play one. That's pretty much the gist of it. When I was young, I just thought the guitar looked awesome. And funny enough though, now it's like I played other instruments before, but it feels awesome to just play that, it feels perfect for me. So I guess that's why I gravitated towards it just so much. But yeah, I never really thought too much about like if there's any like pivotal point in my life that made me want to become a musician. I just love to play.
No, totally, man. I feel that. That's how I am with my guitar. I just love to play the thing. I don't really care what I'm playing as long as it sounds good to me. Alright, so the next question I got for you is, what type of equipment do you rock out on?
So for the gear I'm using, I mainly run Ibanez and Schecter guitars. I have a Stratocaster, and I bought this old Jackson off of Dalton about maybe 2 years ago or so. And what I ended up doing was decoupage the guitar with all these old horror movie graphics. And so I have some like Universal horror films on there, some Hammer film stuff, and some other, horror related stuff on it, some stuff from the Evil Dead series. And I've mainly been using that guitar for some of the recordings. Now my setup is extremely archaic, very simple. I run a Line 6 pod, which is pretty much considered a joke in the guitar community. I'm running that straight into a Korg Toneworks multi-effects pedal. And that pedal is the first guitar pedal I've ever owned, and it still works somehow. And I'm running those straight into the computer. And that's it. That's literally all I'm using at the moment. I do have quite a bit of pedals, but for some reason I haven't been using them anymore. So they just kind of sit on the side collecting dust. I don't know why. But yeah, that's mainly what I've been using for a good while now.
It's really cool, man. I dig the guitar. I definitely like the figures and the artwork on it. It looks really, really awesome. So moving on to my next question, that's going to be, what are some of the major influences that help you create your music?
I love classical music. One of my main inspirations is actually from a setting, the Victorian Gothic setting. Anything that has a very Victorian-esque feel to it. I love to draw inspiration from that. I love to draw inspiration from, and this kind of goes into the Victorian thing a little bit, some like horror elements, like the old classic horror stuff. And as my favorite guitar player is Yngwie Malmsteen, the 1980s version of him. So that version of Yngwie Malmsteen is my favorite guitar player ever. The best vibrato ever, in my opinion. And let's see, Paul Gilbert, Richie Kotzen, George Lynch, Steve Vai, Steve Lukather, John Petrucci, Greg Howe. Wow, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life, I think, naming all the guitar players that I love. So I'm just gonna stop it there for now.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. A little bit of a subject change here. What else do you do other than create music? Like, what are some of your hobbies?
I love going to the gym. And one of my other favorite hobbies is I'm a big movie buff. So I just love watching all different types of films. Some of my favorites are like the old B-movie like B horror films from like the 50s. I love watching them and just kind of analyzing them a bit.
Feel like sharing some of your favorite video games?
My favorite video game of all time is Zelda Ocarina of Time. It will never be dethroned for me. I could play that game every day of my life and it would still feel like the first time I played it. It's awesome. And some of my other favorite games are Final Fantasy VI, Castlevania 1 for the NES, Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo, and Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PS1. Love those Castlevania games, some of my favorite games ever. God, this is going to be so hard. Shit. Okay, so Mario 64, Star Fox 64, The Elder Scrolls, I love like Skyrim, and my favorite was Morrowind, though, the third one, I think. But I liked all of them, thought they were all pretty cool. Final Fantasy VII, too, I love that one. I like a lot of the Final Fantasies, a lot of the older ones, though, but Final Fantasy VI is my favorite. And then, like, I mean, I already mentioned Zelda being my favorite game ever, but pretty much, like, all the Zelda games. I love all of them. Breath of the Wild was one of my favorite games recently. Witcher 3, man, that game is good. I love that game, too. It's one of my favorites as well. So, yeah, I'm going to be here forever doing this, too, so let me stop it there.
Yeah, dude. Ocarina of Time all the way. My all-time favorite game right there. Easily. Alright, man. I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. Before we go, do you want to let people know where they can find you and your music?
For all of my music, you can find me on Soundcloud. Just type my name in. And, yeah, thanks for checking it out. And thanks for having me on here, man. I really appreciate it.
No, man. Thank you for being on the show and letting me use some of your music. You do some really amazing work. That's where we're going to wrap up the interview. Again, that was Louis Taverna, and you can find him on SoundCloud.
Alright, yeah, I'm actually doing a giveaway this month. It's going to be going on for exactly 28 days. It starts today. I have it ending on July 31st. I'm going to announce the winner on August 1st. It's for a $25 GameStop gift card. You have 3 ways you can enter. You have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter. There's going to be a link down in the description. Just click on that and then go straight to the page and there you go. Well, good luck, y'all. Alright, y'all, that's going to be the end of episode 2. If you saw anything you like, go ahead and hit that like button. And please subscribe, it helps my channel out a lot. If you want notifications for the next video that comes out, just go ahead and hit that bell. That's the only way you get notifications. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm already actually working on episode 3 right now, so that one should be out in a few days. I also have a very, very special episode coming out, and it's going to be all based on one thing, the whole episode, so I'm really hoping y'all like it. And filming for episode 4 is going to start on Friday, so hopefully I'll have episode 3 pumped out by then. I'll see you guys in episode 3. Sir Spuot out.